So Ross, Erin, how did you guys meet?
I was at a place called Abilene's in Rochester, the place I play at, and it was late at night, and we were having a beer, and I was with the owner, and he pointed out Erin, who was getting out of her car, and said, "You see that girl over there? She's a French horn player. She's just getting her PhD from the Eastman, and last week she came in and played her French horn and made the hair on my neck stand up."
I always wanted to be a horn player in a big band. And growing up, and everybody talked about horn players in a big band. And then you go and you're like, I want to play horn. And they're like, well, no, actually, you don't get to play horn. You can't play French horn. So I've always wanted to, that's been where I wanted to be able to be creative as a musician in the jazz room.
So I didn't even think. I just got up and I walked over to her and I said, "Hey, are you going to play your French horn tonight?" And she says, "Yes, I am." I recorded lots of French horn players, but I've never actually played with a French horn player. And I got my guitar in the car. "Can I sit in with you?" And we worked it out, and we did a few covers, and we did a few of my songs. And the 5 people started watching us, and by the time we were done, there was like 20 people.
And when you work with somebody, and when you have that, and when it just is so easy, and we didn't really even need to talk. It was just like everything worked. I mean, and when you have that kind of a connection with somebody on an artistic, really deep artistic level, you'd be insane not to try to pursue that in some way.
They could be 2 great writers and not be able to correlate together. So I said, "Hey, I'm heading back to Nashville right after Labor Day. Would you, Thursday's open. This is a Saturday night." And I said, "You want to do a little show on Thursday? We'll do like 50 minutes. You think?" And she goes, "I'd love to. That's what I want to do." We had, when I first met her and asked her what she wanted to do with her life, she had quoted one of her mentors, who was a band leader for Ray Charles for years, and got to know Erin, and said, "You need to have your own record." And
recording for me meant you practice your butt off for 6 months, and then you get 2 hours with your accompanist, and you do the best you can, and you maybe got a one cut in there somewhere. It wasn't this whole really artistic, creative, compositional process of building a record.
So tell us a little bit about this project. We're at the Studio Nashville here now. So what are you guys here for? What do you want to lay down?
Well, many tracks as we can. We have enough material for 2 records. We have more than enough.
Like, our music's really a combination of what the different influences of our lives have been. So I grew up in a very eclectic but very highly musical family. And I mean, everybody's a professional musician. My uncle, my grandmother, my parents, my other uncle, on both sides. And it was a real mix of classical and then 60s progressive rock. And so with Ross's background, which has been kind of, I wouldn't say the opposite, but the other end of the musical spectrum to some degree, and coming together, our music's really a blend of these things. And what Ross is so genius at, and I have to give you is he has an ear for really hearing how these different things come together. And it's taught me, I've grown up listening to musicians and blending and balancing, but to hear it and to be able to sort of see what needs to happen before, or hear what needs to happen before you actually hear it, is it's an art, it's a gift. And so it's opened my mind to what's really the artistry of the recording process.
What I've learned from Erin, and what has brought my level of musicianship, is finding my way into classical music and realizing that it's not something way off that a roots guy like me can't understand. It's still a 1-4-5, with a 6 minor in there occasionally.
Yeah.
Everything in this record is really a giant collaboration.
Excellent, yeah.
It's like he may have put that word in there, and maybe I put that phrase in there, and I changed this chord. I mean, it's
just, being in Nashville, where co-writing is, is such a predominant part of the writing, as you guys know. So when we play in front of an audience, the very first thing I think what's going on is they look at the disparity of age, and they go, "What?" But then when they see our music play and they realize that we're actually in love and these songs are about that, they have hope that it could happen for them too. That anything's possible. if these two people can be in love with each other, then love is.
Well, it's not like it's that crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
Well,
I mean, okay.
Anyway,
I'm going to leave that alone.